Imagine a world where your closest companion isn't just a pet, but a family member, a confidant, a friend who loves you unconditionally. This is the reality for many dog lovers. But why do some people form such deep bonds with their canine companions? What is it about dogs that makes them seem almost human to us? To understand this, we need to delve into the fascinating psychology behind these relationships. Picture a person who, after a long day, doesn't seek solace in a glass of wine or a television show, but in the warm, comforting presence of their dog. This isn't just about companionship, it's about something deeper, something that speaks to our fundamental human need for connection and love. Psychologists call this attachment theory, the idea that we form strong emotional bonds with others, and it's not just limited to human relationships. For these individuals, their dog isn't just a pet, they're a source of security, comfort, and unconditional love. But this bond isn't one-sided. Dogs, with their inherent pack mentality, feel it too. They sense our emotions, our moods, and they respond in kind. This mutual understanding, this emotional resonance, is what makes the bond between humans and dogs so unique, so powerful. But what about the people who form these bonds? What makes them different? Let's explore the psychology of people who love dogs like humans. Who are these individuals, and what drives their deep affection for their canine companions? To understand this, we need to look at a psychological concept known as sensory processing sensitivity. People with high sensitivity, often referred to as highly sensitive people or HSPs, process sensory data more deeply and thoroughly due to a biological difference in their nervous system. They are more attuned to their surroundings, more empathetic, and more likely to form deep, meaningful relationships. And it's not just about being empathetic. HSPs also have a unique ability to pick up on subtle cues, both in humans and in animals. This heightened awareness allows them to connect with their dogs on a deeper level, understanding their needs, their wants, and their emotions. But this sensitivity isn't just a one-way street. It's a two-way bond, a mutual understanding that goes beyond words. And this brings us to our next question: what can we learn from these people and their dogs? What can their bond teach us about love, about connection, and about the human condition? To understand this, we need to look at the concept of self-determination theory. This theory suggests that people are motivated by three innate psychological needs: autonomy, competence, and relatedness. For the people we are talking about, their dogs fulfill all three of these needs. They provide a sense of autonomy, a feeling of being in control and making their own choices. They offer a sense of competence, a feeling of being able to care for and understand another being. And most importantly, they fulfill our need for relatedness, our desire to connect with others on a deep, meaningful level. But this bond isn't just about fulfilling our needs. It's about something more, something that speaks to the very core of who we are. And to understand this, we need to look at the philosophy of Martin Buber, who spoke of two fundamental ways of relating to the world: the first-it relationship, where we see the world as a collection of objects to be used, and the first-out relationship, where we see the world as a collection of subjects, of beings with their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. For the people we are talking about, their dogs are not its. They are thous, beings with their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. And this brings us to our final question: what does this bond teach us about ourselves? What does it tell us about our capacity for love, for connection, and for understanding? To understand this, we need to look at the concept of empathic link, the idea that we can form deep, meaningful connections with others, not through words, but through emotions, through feelings, and through a shared understanding of the world. And this is what the bond between humans and dogs is all about. It's about love, about connection, and about the human condition. It's about seeing the world not as a collection of objects, but as a collection of subjects, of beings with their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences. And it's about understanding that, in the end, we are all connected, we are all one, and we are all capable of love. So, let's delve deeper into the psychology of people who love dogs like humans. Let's explore their world, their thoughts, their feelings, and their experiences. Let's understand what makes them different, what makes them unique, and what we can learn from them. Because in the end, their bond with their dogs is not just about love. It's about understanding, about connection, and about the human condition. You possess an innate understanding of nonverbal cues, a finely tuned sensory apparatus that registers the subtle shifts in presence and intention, allowing you to forge connections on a foundational energetic level. In the realm of human-animal interactions, there exists a subset of individuals who possess an innate understanding of nonverbal cues, a finely tuned sensory apparatus that registers the subtle shifts in presence and intention. This sensitivity is often rooted in the concept of sensory processing sensitivity, a trait first identified by psychologist Elaine Aron. These individuals, often referred to as highly sensitive people, HSPs, are not merely empathetic, they are finely attuned to the nuances of body language, tone, and energy that others might overlook. Picture a scene in a bustling dog park. The air is filled with the cacophony of barks and the laughter of children. Most people might see chaos, but to an HSP, it's a symphony of signals. They notice the slight stiffening of a dog's posture before it growls, the quick flick of an ear indicating discomfort, the tail wag that's just a fraction too fast, signaling anxiety rather than joy. This ability to read these subtle cues allows them to anticipate and respond to the needs of the animals around them, often before the dogs themselves fully realize what they need. It's not just about understanding, it's about feeling the energy in the environment, a phenomenon often linked to the concept of emotional contagion, where one entity's emotions and related behaviors directly trigger similar emotions and behaviors in other entities. This heightened sensitivity is not just a passive observation skill. It's an active, engaging process. HSPs often describe it as a form of communication that transcends language. They feel the intent behind a dog's actions, the underlying emotion in a whimper or a bark. This deep connection is not unlike the concept of mind melding often used in science fiction, but it's a very real, albeit less dramatic, phenomenon. It's a form of connection that is built on a foundational energetic level, a shared understanding that goes beyond words. This ability to connect on such a deep level often leads to a profound sense of responsibility and protection towards the animals they care for. It's not just about loving dogs, it's about understanding them in a way that few others can. And this understanding, this connection, is what drives them to advocate for the well-being of these animals, to protect them, and to ensure their needs are met. But this deep connection also brings its own set of challenges, a topic we will delve into next. Your capacity to perceive and respond to the emotional truths of others, even when unspoken, signifies a commitment to genuine resonance over superficial social currency. This deep attunement is a testament to your sovereign integrity. This profound ability to sense the unsaid is often rooted in a psychological concept known as empathic accuracy. It's not just about feeling what others feel, but accurately understanding their emotions, thoughts, and intentions. This skill is not about mind reading, but about picking up on subtle cues, facial microexpressions, shifts in tone, or changes in body language. It's like having an internal radar that picks up on the emotional frequencies of those around you. It's not just about being nice or polite. It's about seeing the world through another's eyes, feeling their joy as your own, and carrying their burdens as if they were yours. Consider the story of a person sitting in a crowded coffee shop, eavesdropping on a nearby conversation. They hear a woman talking to her friend about her recent breakup. The friend is trying to cheer her up, but the woman's body language tells a different story. Her slumped shoulders, the way she fidgets with her cup, the half smile that doesn't reach her eyes, these are the unspoken emotional truths that our protagonist picks up on. They see the woman's forced laughter, her attempts to brush off the pain, and they feel it too. This deep attunement is a testament to their sovereign integrity, a commitment to genuine resonance over superficial social currency. This capacity is often seen in individuals with high levels of emotional intelligence, particularly in the domain of empathy. Psychologist Carl Rogers, known for his work in client-centered therapy, would argue that this deep understanding is a fundamental aspect of genuine relationships. He believed that when we truly empathize, we enter the private perceptual world of the other and become at home in it. This isn't about projecting our own emotions onto others, but about truly seeing and understanding their emotional reality. Moreover, this ability is not just about understanding others, but also about responding to their emotional truths in a way that validates and respects their experiences. It's about creating a safe space for others to express their emotions, without judgment or expectation. This is what philosopher Martin Buber referred to as an first style of relationship, a genuine encounter where both parties are present and engage with each other's humanity. This deep attunement is not just about understanding, but about connection. It's about seeing the world through another's eyes and letting the emotional truths shape your own understanding. It's about committing to genuine resonance, even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. This is the essence of sovereign integrity, a commitment to authenticity and empathy, even in the face of superficial social currency. The richness of your internal world, the intricate tapestry of your thoughts and feelings, allows you to process information with an extraordinary degree of nuance, turning complexity into a source of profound insight. The intricate tapestry of thoughts and feelings within a person's mind is akin to a vast, ever-evolving landscape. This richness, often referred to as high sensory processing sensitivity, SPS, in psychology, allows individuals to process information with a depth and nuance that others might overlook. It's not just about being more aware, it's about experiencing life in vivid, technicolor detail. For instance, a person with high SPS might not just hear a dog barking, they might detect the slight tremble of anticipation in the sound, the subtle shift in pitch that indicates the dog's excitement, and even the echo of the bark resonating within their own chest. This heightened awareness can make everyday experiences feel more intense, more real, and sometimes overwhelming. Consider the concept of emotional granularity, championed by psychologist Lisa Feldman Barrett. It suggests that the more precisely we can identify and label our emotions, the better we can manage them. For someone with a rich internal world, this translates into an extraordinary ability to navigate the complex landscape of human emotions, both their own and those of others. They might feel a dog's anxiety as a physical sensation, a tightness in their own stomach, and respond with a soothing touch or a calming word, not just because they've been trained to do so, but because they genuinely understand and share in the dog's emotional experience. This deep empathic connection is not just a feeling, it's a cognitive process, a dance of neurons and neurotransmitters that allows them to see the world through the dog's eyes. Moreover, this richness of internal experience can lead to profound insights. It's like having a built-in laboratory for understanding behavior, motivations, and emotions. Every interaction, every sensation, every thought is a data point that contributes to a deeper understanding of the world. For example, they might notice how a dog's tail wag changes subtly when it's greeting a familiar person versus an unfamiliar one, or how the dog's body language shifts when it's excited versus anxious. These observations might seem trivial to others, but to someone with a rich internal world, they are pieces of a larger puzzle, a puzzle that reveals the intricate workings of another being's mind. This is the essence of what philosopher Martin Buber described as a first-out relationship, a genuine encounter where both parties are fully present and engaged. You experience the world with an amplified sense of presence, a direct engagement with the unfolding moments that allows for a unique and deeply felt appreciation of existence itself. They stand at the crossroads of a bustling city, the symphony of honking horns, chattering crowds, and distant sirens a mere backdrop to the intricate dance of leaves pirouetting in the breeze. This is not mere observation, it's a deep, resonant engagement with the world, a phenomenon psychologists often associate with sensory processing sensitivity. These individuals, often referred to as highly sensitive persons, HSPs, don't just see the leaf, they feel its journey, its struggle, its triumph in the wind's whim. It's not just a sound, it's a symphony where each note is a story, each pause a breath of anticipation. This heightened sensitivity is not a flaw, but a superpower, a lens that reveals the intricate tapestry of existence often overlooked by the hurried masses. In the quiet of a park, they crouch down, their eyes meeting those of a curious dog. The animal's tail wags, a metronome of trust and joy. They smile, not just with their lips, but with their entire being, a smile that says, "First see you, first understand you." This connection is not superficial, it's a profound bond, a testament to their ability to empathize deeply, a trait known as effective empathy. It's not just about loving dogs like humans, it's about recognizing the shared thread of consciousness that binds all sentient beings. They don't just pet the dog, they engage with its spirit, its essence, its unique way of experiencing the world. This deep engagement with the present moment is not just a feeling, it's a philosophy, a way of life. It's about finding joy in the mundane, beauty in the ordinary. It's about being fully present, a concept that philosopher Martin Heidegger explored extensively. They don't just walk in the park, they feel the earth beneath their feet, the sun on their skin, the air in their lungs. They don't just listen to the dog's bark, they feel its excitement, its joy, its curiosity. This is not just living, it's being alive, truly and deeply. This amplified sense of presence, this direct engagement with the unfolding moments, allows for a unique and deeply felt appreciation of existence itself. It's not just about loving dogs, it's about loving life, in all its intricate, beautiful, messy glory. And this love, this deep, resonant connection with the world, is a beacon of light, a guiding star that leads them through the labyrinth of life. As we've seen, those who love dogs like humans often possess a unique blend of traits. Their apparent shyness is a sign of deep empathy, a quality known as sensory processing sensitivity, allowing them to connect with dogs on a profound level. Their perceived laziness is actually a form of energy conservation, ensuring they have the stamina to care for their canine companions. And their occasional anger is a boundary-setting mechanism, a necessity when advocating for those who cannot speak for themselves. These individuals, often called dog lovers or dog people, find fulfillment in the unconditional love and companionship dogs provide. They see their dogs not just as pets, but as family members, a sentiment that aligns with the principles of attachment theory, which suggests that humans form strong emotional bonds with both people and animals. If you've ever felt a deep connection with a dog, you're not alone. In fact, studies show that interacting with dogs can increase levels of oxytocin, the love hormone, in both humans and dogs. This mutual bond is a testament to the power of interspecies relationships. As we wrap up, consider this: if you've ever wondered why some people seem to have an extraordinary bond with their dogs, perhaps it's because they see the world through a different lens. They understand that love, loyalty, and companionship can come in many forms, not just human. If you enjoyed this exploration of the psychology behind loving dogs like humans, stay tuned for our next video. We'll be delving into the fascinating world of animal cognition and what it means for our relationships with our furry friends. Until then, keep loving, keep learning, and most importantly, keep connecting with the animals that bring so much joy into our lives. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content. See you next time.